Hello everyone, it is time for the trial. Alright, let me get the black screen out. How is chat doing so far? I'm pretty sure this is better with my volume. We are here, investigation time. Ooh, let me move some stuff real quick. There we go. A lot of stuff's happening. There's a lot of questions I have to ask. I pretty much don't know who did it. It's weird to know that we have a smaller cast. It's like, it's just a little creepy, you know? Like, the cast is getting smaller and smaller, like, each chapter. What?
Appears!
Why is there two?
Wrong.
What?
Boy, tough crowd.
True?
Stop talking.
Okay. Hey! Hey!
Pain train, elevator.
Let's go. Please!
I'm also not mentally prepared.
What the heck?
Hey.
That's right.
I have to do it. Someone right here is true. Let's see what everyone got to say.
Yes, yes.
I'm Big Mac.
Hey. Damn.
What is good, Carl? That is a good question. I'm doing good. So I'm the good one, you know. What is good to you, Carl? Took one least breath, exhale slowly, make sure to get ping Eric to make sure to know that I am going on and live. Same with Josh. Oh, forgot to advertise to a different special server. PH3 trials. There we go. It is time.
Just the word. What?
Come on.
Start. Commercial break.
Yoo-hoo!
I never hold on like you like that. Okay, let's begin. Go to your science seat. A deadly riddle, deadly defense, and a deadly faith. Hey Eric, what is good, my friend? A deadly trial class begins. Yes, save. Even though I just saved earlier. That's funny. Let me quickly edit some stuff. I'm pretty sure these skills. I got like new skills now. There we go. Open E handbook. Set skills. I got like a good amount of troop bullets. We got the file, which is basically just the how they die, right? Yeah, blows death. They're both killed with similar weapons. That's a heads up. We got blue trap or blue tarp, which had killed this thing. We have the dolly, which had the blood. We have Hifumi's glasses, which we noticed that it's cleaned when the body was moved. We got the hammer, which is spotless. It was like on the same room as everyone else, but like it wasn't like, you know, it wasn't like that customized. We got the door, which was locked for some reason. Puddle of blood. Glasses. This is the one I'm more like interesting on. Why would you clean his glasses? Like, what was the point? Oh yeah. Office, apparently the two were gone more than a minute or two. More than a minute or two. Me in the dining hall. This is also like why I want to know. Broken Brisk Watch, which was just past 6 o'clock. We could assume it's AM, but it could be PM. But who knows? This is also interesting. These two must be are most likely connected, given how it is. Set skills. What skills can I put on? Low key, I might want this. I got Outer, which was increase the speed, memorize statement. Yeah, non-stop debates. True time bullets. Oh, okay. So I could like, I have enough to use all of them. That's cool. Lost in thoughts all alone. Increase the time limit for each phrase. Okay, that's cool. So I guess it's time. Let's start the trial. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was that?
It
What's
was
that?
Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Who are you calling a murder?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprints for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it, and all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence, it points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
To really kill it, or before anything else, we have to make that clear. Yep. So I'm pretty sure my job is to make sure there is flaws against his message, which I don't remember his message.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough that you are the culprit.
I don't know anything about that stuff.
Blueprint?
It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
It's true.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all proof enough.
Let's shoot that.
No, it's wrong.
Counter.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego the handwriting's obviously different. Wouldn't you say?
It's true.
When
I
you
mean,
compare it to the blueprints.
what's a good IC? It's cool. We just started the case, like right now. Like you missed literally 5 minutes. I was only just going over like the evidence and all that. This is my first time doing counter right now in this trial.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
And he's not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Yo, you know it was crazy when
Who
Byakugo
was in that Robo-Justice suit?
is behind me.
Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Bruh.
Who was in the Robo...
Suspicious individual in question is the one that must be the Illuminati. I think Hiro was in that suit, but it wasn't him. It was someone else. No.
I got it!
Like, that's what I'm thinking. Like, it's gonna go back.
Hiro. I can't think of anyone
Exactly. We
else
don't know
who could
that
be.
much.
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Exactly. That's what I was
So
thinking.
what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
Now that I was
And
thinking.
what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that, there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
So what is...
Sadly, he's
what
right.
needs to be
I have to
clarified?
admit it. You know,
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body.
the dolly.
It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
Bro, he's just telling me everything. What's a dolly? Oh, oops. Right click.
I got it!
I got it. The blue tarp.
I got it!
I got it.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What was that
So,
attitude?
let's see if I can Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room. And then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right?
Right.
It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
But why?
Okay,
That's my
that
question.
explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body. But when the body disappeared, so did the doll. Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Huh?
Are
You
you
mean-
absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Shut the fuck up.
There is no shame in being wrong. Nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around.
I mean, shut the heck up. Oops. Pardon my French. Being so mean. Well, allow me to introduce myself, Makoto. A new element? Absolutely. I'm not a hater, I'm just neutral, you know? I think the narrators, I'm the killer actually. Let be cook. So underneath you, ammo count. It'll cost you 1 bullet to destroy a single remark. Press the tab key. Basically, just remember tab key now. It has a function with the left mouse button, right mouse button. Start fever time and your ammo will not decrease, but your actions difficulty too gentle won't reload at all. Guys, what if I'm the killer? You know, what if I was the one who did it? Oh.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst.
Okay, I forgot how to play this game.
You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
So I actually forgot how to play this game.
You are a fool. So
Okay, aiming's left trigger, aiming left trigger, aiming left trigger.
do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree.
Impressive aim.
You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You miserable wretch. You have it wrong.
Failed. Yeah, no, I forgot how to play this. The thing. First game over. Woo!
Is this?
Yes, no shot. Arcade mode.
To give up yet.
Okay, how do you play this game mode again? Was it like left trigger to aim or left click to aim, right click to shoot? Alternate ending. Okay, what was Bullet Time Battle's way of doing it? Was it like left click to aim and right click to shoot?
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your
Okay, no, I
worst.
remember.
Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch.
So close, so close. I don't remember tempo. No. Wait, okay. Okay, there's the controls. Okay. If the gate reads 0, you fail the case. Okay, I know. So combo, tempo up. If you keep up with the rhythm, you can do. Right mouse is to lock on, left mouse is to attack. More damage, reload key, okay, which we know knows. Fever time. Press the space for to activate fever time, which will consume focus stage during fever. You will not require reload. Naga time. During the battle, your attacks may activate Naga time. When this happens, the type of mark will disappear, making it difficult time. In addition, the word bomb will explode after a short amount of time. If your difficulty is do. Then destroyed by the left mouse. Okay. Me when I'm like bad at red again.
You have it wrong.
Oh, oops.
I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
How did I survive that?
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the
Oh,
wheels
chat,
had a
what
blood
happened?
stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark
First
that
tie.
matched the dolly's tread.
Shut up. I hate luminary ends.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident. As they wheeled the body up and as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Tick.
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of
Good
the way.
riddance. I mean, at least we
Get
got
back to the main subject.
at least we got like the hardest minigame out.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, I think the other
Subject
minigame's
of how
harder.
Robo
The one with
Justice
the
didn't do it.
the
'Cause if
like
it's
the
not a
hangman looking
killer
one.
robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look how the body was moved, it clear why the person's look at. Robo Justice costume. Oops. So we all know Taka was killed in the killing room.
There, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
That's
Yeah,
true.
the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Okay.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Wait a minute.
No, that's wrong.
That's not right.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
No,
Think
Ant.
back to what you said
What do you
when
mean,
we
no,
were all
Ant?
checking out the suit together. Remember?
It's no. Shut up. And I can't just feed my feet at all. You got this thing on. It wasn't me. And not to mention, to like bend the waist seems like it's pretty oversized. No, that's incorrect.
When you're
No,
in that suit,
y'all are wrong.
Not only can you
Y'all
not
are
see your
stupid.
feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it,
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly off?
yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that,
Of course,
if you
you say
were wearing
that.
such a rigid, cumbersome suit, it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
The costume was taken off and moved because once it's on, you can never take it off. You can't take it off by yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember,
That was a trick question. Sturdy.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without it.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to see.
Yeah, that's
Sus. Sus.
So,
Hippie would never lie.
really,
True.
really true that
I do think the
Robo
hippie was
Justice
safe.
couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero
Wait.
in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How did you get hurt?
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was...
Yeah. Yeah, Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion. Besides,
Oh, now
there's
she
no
speaks.
hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from...
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes,
Long
we have to
trial.
do it.
Plus, maybe
No.
we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us
Sakura,
gathered
best
together
girl.
in the dining hall.
I like Sakura. Sakura's cool.
Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So that was around 8 a.m.
And as
8
soon as we
a.m..
split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
Little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon
Robo-Justice.
became clear
It's just the
that
funniest
this same
name.
Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
What's wrong?
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split
Split
up
up.
and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Guns emotes. It's blocking the stairs and further down hallway.
and then,
Yeah! Now Hifumi, right?
at that point, we decided to divide up into 2. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, and that's when we heard the body discovery announcement.
A body has been
I
discovered.
left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what
Dej.
had happened.
He do be dead.
meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time, because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the... But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us. And she told us something very surprising. We rushed
Banana.
back to the nurse's office. And
Why was the body moved? That's like one. Like, there's so many why questions. Like, what is the motive? What is the plan? Who is the? What the murder's been cooking?
Back again. But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were
Graduate
searching
and
the
leave.
school for 2 missing dead
Okay,
bodies.
true. The motive is to graduate, leave. I mean, like, what were they cook? Why would you want to move it? Like, that's gonna cause too many questions. Like,
And
wouldn't
after
benefit.
some time,
Celeste
If you
informed
want
us
to try
that
and put
she
the blame on
found
someone
bodies,
else.
And we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpse.
I think that about covers.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events,
So true,
I think we
charcoal.
have to consider each murder a separate, and from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then,
Why?
let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
Contradiction into Wapentaka. Alright. Do. I like this is one of my favorite ones from the trials. One couldn't find number 3, which means like he was killed by a similar thing.
Regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
Order.
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Just hammers were numbered, but they are similar hammers.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi. Or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Oh, it's not. So it's the other one.
Shoot!
I thought that was like the contradiction. Okay.
So, regarding Taka's death,
Unless it's what I think it
wonder if
is.
he died before
I gotta use a
Hifumi.
stupid feature.
Or perhaps
The
it
whole
was
feature.
after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
No, I gotta use the hold feature. Oh, I got game over. Running back number 3. Oh, I'm still alive. Okay, I'll say. Whoops. Yes, give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
Not yet. Game over number 2. I think like what? Second trial I hit game over number 5. 5 game overs.
So, I wonder if
Oh, I like
we already know Taka
Okay, that's
came
funny.
last
Okay, I did not know you could like fast forward this.
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
First attempt. This is the first attempt, you know.
It's obvious Taka came after.
Okay.
So, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know
With the
Taka came
order.
last
What makes you say
because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while
Taka's death came?
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
The numbering.
Regarding Taka, I wonder if, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
There we go. Okay.
No, that's wrong.
I don't like using that feature. Like you gotta use their words again. It requires a little bit too complex,
There's
but
no
I kind of
reason to
understand.
assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
I guess that is to add difficulty, and not just me being bad at discovery games, murder mysteries.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers, but in reality, Taka was killed. Okay then, let's see the proof.
Let's see proof. The time, yes, the time. The wristwatch. Hangman's Gambit. Okay, I think I... What's it called? Yeah, wristwatch. What? Oh, what? Oops. Oh, oh, okay, it's order. Okay, my bad, chat. What? What? Oh, me when I can't spell? This is literally my worst mini game. It's true.
Now I understand.
Now why was it like so high pitched?
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
So literally, Hangman Gambit is my worst mini game.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer. Because as of last night,
Just waiting. 10 o'clock.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And
Damn,
that
that's kinda
would be
sad.
His official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right.
Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
That simple fact slipped past all. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events. All because
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in some. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because
true.
when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall.
That may be true in the case of Taka, but all of our alibis still hold true.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
What was that? Can there be 2 murders? Like, one person do one murder and the other person do the other murder?
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except... Then
I don't
we all
remember
ran down to the
the
nurse's
things
office.
going on. I know, like, you
That's
can't have
when
more than
Taka
2
saw
murder
it.
from one person.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later.
If that's true, where's the tape?
I don't know.
Don't
Jesus.
just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when since all of us were there together. Clearly, none of us could have killed.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body
body's-
had disappeared.
yeah.
His body vanished from the nurse's office. Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else... And then, there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole...
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it?
What?
She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then.
Cap.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body. Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words,
Sadly.
it is impossible that any of us could have killed
true.
Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In
Okay.
particular, I think we
Hundo.
need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to
That's my
explain his body
question.
and
Oh, you know
according
what, that's
to
not my
Celeste
question.
Said,
But that's a good question. How did he get moved? More than a minute or 2.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the 3rd in that short amount of time?
Oh man, yeah! There's no way!
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What? How?
If the dead
What is
body
Kyoko holding?
were to move itself.
What?
The dead body moved on its own?
No! Not another...
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
He was alive?
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office,
But
but
simply
simply
walked on his
walked
own?
out on his own?
The
But I mean,
impossible being
we found
possible.
his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
Fumi's still alive. Is it really possible? Don't fucking tell me the fucking guy is alive. Broken wristwatch.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
Even
And
he
you
woke
know
up a
that
little.
how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us.
Wait,
Hifumi's
hold on.
dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that?
Wait, don't tell me.
Maybe
the-
the announcement was intended to signal someone
Else's discovery.
Oh no, shit. Okay, oops. Someone else discovered. Like, no. That's what.
Shoot!
That's what I was like. That just hit me. Okay. So when the announcement happened, the body discovered. Does that mean that was for Taka's discovery of death? If so, then why didn't they count Hifumi like part of the class trial? Game over number Also, I'm not acknowledging this game over, so don't mind me. I'm just trying to say stuff.
Refuse to give up yet.
I have to use my favorite mechanic. I hate this mechanic. I hate this more than the Ritter game.
Are you saying that when we first there's a chance you... No. Hifumi was dead, and you know that. Surely you heard the body that Hifumi is dead, and that is...
Are we really so sure about... Maybe
First
the
attempt.
announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No. It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Along Hifumi's dead body had been found.
There we go.
No, it's wrong. Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for...
Of course it was. The announcement played right after...
Maybe. But that was also the
Same time.
that
First
Taka's
try,
body was
exactly.
found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
First try in the chat.
So there's a
Can I get a
good
first
chance
try?
we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma?
Any comment? Okay, thank you
Well,
for saying stuff.
It's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when
When 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
It's true.
No, actually, that was plenty.
Huh?
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time. Which means, even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again?
That's a good
later
question.
Huh? Later on?
Does it that mean he...
Exactly.
What's
We heard
going
the
on?
Body discovery announcement twice.
First time I was playing when we found each other. Second was when, just after he came back to life.
I got it.
Why did I hear angels? Don't worry about
We
it.
heard it a second time in the repository when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
I forgot to close my door. Holy.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering
Rediscovering
both
both
bodies,
bodies.
the announcement shouldn't have played.
Then in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
Yet.
Meaning,
That
he
means
wasn't
dead.
actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's...
Oh, I know, because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
I mean,
That is the
that's
worst
one
logic
reason.
I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can
His
prove he
glasses.
was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events, then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This
She is
whole
so
thing
smart, so true.
pointless.
It's true. It's the glasses. It's the... whatchamacallit? The thingamabobber. The cloth. That's where it finally comes to play.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
Okay, okay.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being
Okay. Okay,
moved,
chat?
other than the change in how it was positioned, there
Oh,
was
shit.
no notable difference.
There was a notable difference! Let's go! You're wrong! No, it's wrong! There, I got the line. No,
In
it's
fact,
wrong.
There was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses.
Exactly.
That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used.
Can I get
to
it
wipe
first
him
time
clean
in the
the
chat?
nurse's office trash can.
Glasses clean cough.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot
Exactly.
on the cloth was the same one that's on the digital camera, right?
Right.
And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's.
Okay, but why was there a picture of Hifumi being taken away?
Princess Piggles.
Piggles.
Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
I don't know.
My glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
I don't know, man.
So what you're
Braxius.
saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other
Other
the
than
glasses
glasses.
owner?
It's true.
That's a good point.
And it must
Coming
have
from a
been
glasses
him,
guy.
Right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive and he pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can. Then he stands up and walks out on his own two. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse
Became
becomes possible.
The impossible became possible.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint?
No, that's gotta be actual blood.
The fridge in the nurse's office
Oh,
contains packs of
true.
blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere. But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done. God, what an idiot.
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's.
It was Hifumi himself.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
What?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
Oh shit, that's right.
I got it!
The note.
You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Hey yo.
Yes, his pants.
Why did she sound like that? Yes. His pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Tell anyone else lets me play at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said
8 a.m.
Monokuma can't find out, so
Oh.
don't tell
1
anyone
a.m.
else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at
Oh.
1 a.m.
See, then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
Wait, I wasn't paying attention. Oops. What he said? Hifumi's pants.
I got it!
Taka.
That's right! Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I
What?
don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy.
Huffy.
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Oh, bruh.
Yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
Seriously scary. Do the scrap paper, right? Oh shit. Hifumi's glasses, clean cloth, broken wristwatch.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
Can I please get this?
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No! I found it.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was must have
I got it. I got it. I got it.
What time did it? 6 a.m. The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
It does. It does.
No, that's wrong!
That's wrong.
No! There absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered. We've already proven that using his wristwatch. But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Tell it.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
The little scrap.
I got
It-
When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless
Okay, so at least we
hand
know
was
how.
gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that. There's only one way to explain.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa. Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still
No,
alive.
he's dead.
Sorry, no.
He's dead.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who Who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together. Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus.
What?
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right? So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they fell. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the
Finally,
question
the hippie got smart.
How could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
What if it's not the
So
hammers?
which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
That's funny.
Those
Number
were accounted
1
for in
or
other
number
rooms
2.
too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
It was a hammer. Do 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 do. The spotless hammer. Yep, that was the one.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
That was funny if that's
Was
so
it
long.
Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance!
Justice Hammer 5. Maybe
Check
that's
out
the one.
murdergear.com
I like how like
/
shaking.
hammer time for more info.
Oh, bruh.
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers.
There we go.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
It's a hammer, but a different
Specifically,
hammer.
a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and
Yes,
debris.
sir. You see, I wasn't the same man as I was 2
One of
years
them
ago.
had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it up. I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
It's true.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder.
That's the weird part.
So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
But what is the motive for like being accomplice? That's a good question. Spotless hammer. I guess I have to use a special.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, Only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that two people work together on this.
Are we gonna make the possible
That is
impossible?
how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Based on the rules that have been even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true.
Like this? No, okay. That worked. I don't even know how that's possible. Or I can't connect the reason why.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
Oh.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been one murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward.
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in this. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think
Okay.
that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime, and based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders.
It was
Instead,
two.
each person
So it was.
killed someone,
So okay,
creating
okay.
two separate incidents. And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look. A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies.
So Hifumi wasn't the accomplice. He was the
Creating one
murderer.
seamless set of circumstances,
I see.
They made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful.
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
It's true. Too amazing. That is
I
true.
understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
Oh, so it is. No way we went a full circle from this. Okay, let's see. I have two suspicious. Wait. Ah! Let's show this. Okay. Shut up. Okay. Then it's not you. Then. So it was you.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
That's a lot of foreshadowing.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke?
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within
What the
10
fuck?
feet of that shit brain.
Holy shit!
Goddamn idiot!
Holy oh my god!
Pardonnez-moi.
Okay, Eli's not here. So, I gotta say for Eli, you know. No, I'm not saying that for Eli. God, I wish that was me. I mean, what?
To be clear, there is evidence to
I mean, what?
Is
There is
that
evidence.
so?
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
Clip what, chat? Countering suspicious individual.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual. The only ones who ever actually saw Robo-Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
What the fuck?
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Sitting around the top of the stairs.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Someone like you.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Nurse's office.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Split into two groups.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we are on the third floor, everything's going according to plan.
Damn.
Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
What a
who we
piercing
now know
cry.
was only pretending to be dead. Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Byakugan. Like from Bakugan. Bakugan's cooking.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
Damn.
I have no idea what you mean.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared.
couple
and
minutes.
We returned to the nurse's office.
Enjoying the sight of around frightened and confused. We're all gonna die here. It's like those guys. God, oh
I
shit.
remember her saying that too.
Oh shoot, that didn't catch me on.
Don't then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed. So Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about
Taka being dead.
Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Do 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 do. Okay, so I used the words against her.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it? What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Oh man, I thought I had to. Oops, I thought I had like that would been funny. If that was like the
They
thing.
must really be enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. And that is all I said.
Oops.
that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
And say something, you Fortnite freak. True.
All I said, they must really enjoying the
Side of us.
We are going to die, just like those guys. And that is all.
And that's all
Okay,
it takes.
we got this. Alright. Hear me out, chat. Hear me out. I am cooking.
They must
Really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around.
frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here.
Damn it! I was cooking.
All I said, they must really enjoy.
I was cooking. Come on. Right.
Just like those hands. That is.
And that's all it takes. What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying
The sight of us standing
Okay.
around, frightened and confused.
Wait, support statements? How you support statements?
all.
Right. Oh, right. You're so close.
They must really be enjoying the sight of us
No.
standing around, frightened, and they must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys.
What am I missing? Oh, wait, am I... Oh, I am dumb. I am so dumb.
They must be. We are going to die. Just and that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's what was so strange about Celeste's
God, I am so stupid.
All I said.
Okay, that's no, that is smart. That is so smart.
They must be. We are all going to die. We are going to die.
Just like those.
Okay.
No, that's wrong.
That's why he had a highlighted
Right.
word.
There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Okay.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both gone? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she...
What?
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
She's bluffing.
Patience.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
Vivid. Vivid
it has to be
world.
some kind of setup. So let's put the suit on, and then Then she used the camera's timer to...
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit it. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera, in other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this...
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you...
No, there is no other...
Other explanations. I've been drinking.
I got it!
Was it this?
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect.
That's certainly within the realm of The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened!
Sus.
You put me to
Sus.
sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible. Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
He
Is
was.
it?
I don't think it's ridiculous.
Then shut your mouth and
What the
allow me
fuck?
to educate you.
Make your argument.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Was it the blueprints?
Like
We haven't
I
used the
said,
blueprints.
Ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
Stand up straight.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him.
You tried to make me look
Like I said, as you can see in the picture, if the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight.
Let's go for try.
That's wrong.
Taxing only good game was the rhythm minigame when we played
No.
Love Live School Idol
Even if
Festivals.
the person inside
Without
the
the
suit
gotcha.
were unconscious,
Actually, no, there is gotcha
they
in this
could
game.
still stand up like
So
that.
this is Love Live School Idol Festivals, but with murder.
Because that Robo Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
It can bend.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the...
I'm not so sure that was... I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hero into it. That's how they were able to
V3. Me
fake
when
that whole
V3's
thing.
V3.
The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit.
Well
Nyang,
then,
nyang,
I
nyang, nyang,
suppose
nyang.
this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
She's going crazy, chat. She's going crazy.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Why is everyone... Why do people simper? Why is she popular Mude?
What Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
The voice.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not? He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
Yasuo.
Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Jesus.
But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
What? What type of argument is this?
Confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko,
She's normal?
by that.
Sivas, what are you cooking?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
He gave everyone nicknames?
I got it!
No, what's the last name?
That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
Naegi-san.
So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
Actually, we don't even know Celeste's last name.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name. Indecent?
Don't talk.
Random chance.
Don't talk.
Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Well, no. Hold on.
There's one person who could apply
There's
to.
one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name
Exactly.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit!
Jesus.
Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well, do I?
Allow me to introduce myself, you know. Motherfucking yes.
What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes
Hey, yo.
are wide open.
Wide.
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Is it what I think it is? Oh, okay, it's the argument. E-handbook.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is Celestia Ludenberg!
What the f-
Damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is!
Okay, so that's the
Go
one.
on.
E-handbook, 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 e-handbook. The Luminary Handbook.
If there's one person,
It would have to be you, Celeste.
how many times?
The Luminary Handbook will save
I'm
us.
not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Yes, I can. Yes, I can!
No, that's wrong.
That's wrong! No, that's wrong! Break.
That's
Topple.
it. The handbook.
Days. Burst.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it.
Space your name anyways. Make sure it's the right one.
So all we have to do is check her handbook, and that'll clear up. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse
There's
to
no
cooperate.
rules in this.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened, please? Just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
Just notice he's doing the Joker pose from Persona 5 Royal. We call that a Joker pose, or we call this? No, that's not a Joker pose. There's like I know there was like a pose Or like a recent JRPG who does that. I don't remember who it was. I know there's someone who does that. Like where they just raise their arm 190 degree, like a half dab. Yeah, like a half dab. Who does that? I forgot. There's like a JRPG one. Alright, hard one. I actually don't like this minigame. Oh yeah, that's right. It goes reverse order. Ugh. What the fuck? What the fuck is this? These. Oh, 1 o'clock's been passed. He didn't know what's going on because it was too bright. He's been kidnapped. Does it go like? Can I go in detail like what's going on with which? They put it here on. Oh, that's right. Okay. Was it seduction? I guess that was seduction. What time did kill her? Okay, yeah, the time was like 1 o'clock. Who was it that killed first summon? It was, yes, Hero. Okay. Justice Hammer. Ha 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 ha. Look at the time. Hifume killed him. It was Justice Hammer 4. Act 4. Use some fake the existence of Shadowy Creamer. What is this, a ball? In the library, Hifumi used something to fake the existence of a shadowy cream. Justice Hammer. Was it Justice Hammer 2? No, it was Justice Hammer 2. Oops. Use a certain item to do it. Oh, here's Crystal Ball. Oh, okay. Alright. Act 5. Rub. Bye! Like he was just spinning around. Just Hammer 3. Then everyone found out the death. Who's this? What the fuck is this? Oh, this is supposed to be Celeste, as in they found, as in she's the, okay, that's cool. Found out both of them are quote unquote dead, but different occasions. Then he was like, okay, let me move the body fam. Okay, that's what this is. That was a totally, okay. That's the rolling. And then he seems really cooperative. What that circle was. Bam! And killed him, fortunately. It was the mullet.
Here's exactly what happened. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And
what? Bruh. What is this? Oh, the picture. There's no seduction. That's right. He's a simple man. That was from Chihiro's case. That is true. Then this isn't the ball. Wait, was this crystal ball from the first one? Please turn on to. It is okay, so it's not that one. Okay, that's what you mean. Oh yeah, because this. Okay, so Twitch delay was like a few nuts. So. It's this and this. They knocked him out and stuff in the robots to justify false evidence, and they used Saran to do it to justify false evidence. Yeah. Okay, think that was it. Chat.
You. Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help.
Let's go. Fumi.
With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
It was 1 o'clock. Tick, 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 tick.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
And then they drugged him.
That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice.
Gone. Click, click, click.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him, while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
Ding.
And then
There's
finally,
Taco.
at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
When he went Super Saiyan. Slam. And he's dead.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crime. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims, to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1, and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library.
Okay, so this was
time,
library.
They planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi. Just with these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the. We fell right into their
Oh shit,
trap.
I just messed up. Oh no, okay, good. I didn't. Okay, cool.
While we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator.
He's just spinning
and
around in
Justice Hammer
circles.
3,
That just
turned
looks
the
so
room
funny
into
and
a crime
dirty.
scene in which
Dope.
he let out a scream to draw us back. And when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed
So
it was
it was
for
for Hifumi.
We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the sick. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the
Yep.
repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared.
Why was he doing the dance?
Fumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celeste. I like how it's all flowers. Why are they kissing? This is like appropriate for Valentine's, I guess. I like the imagery here.
Sorry, you lose.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words?
This is
They
your
hang
last time.
heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor.
What?
I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no. Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
Eiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Oh, shit.
Interesting.
Oh, whoa, what happened to her? Okay, there goes her. Yes, that's her final thing. A, B, B, C, A, B, C, A. Yo, let's go! Can I get an A in the chat? First try! Let's go! That's a dub! Accept that A. A for Ant. Nice! Looking like my high school report card, so true.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no, I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
Damn.
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for. Time to vote, okay? Okay. If you would, please locate your lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
Shut the fuck up,
What's it
Monokuma.
gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Brink. Guilty. Space format of display will once you get again. You're totally correct. Alright, my bad. Sorry, I was just checking something. True killer who desires things to find. Celestia Ludenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly,
I lost. Well, that sucks. That works with someone else was a mistake after all. All my calculation.
I knew it.
Specialty mine. My specialty. Don't make me laugh. I don't think I have to lie degree.
So then,
I knew you figured it out.
indeed.
Her? That was one thing Hifumi and Taka were both super into. The AI.
Say what?
just a second.
We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. How
In
sad.
other words,
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
Actually,
What?
are you okay with this?
Taka.
So then,
So you know what? Taka's from earlier and took a picture of it.
Damnation!
She was supposed to yell if either of us get close to her.
Say what?
As for me,
Oh.
Damn.
as for me,
Lying. Lying.
What? Damnation! Say what?
Damn. Got him right underneath his neck.
Completely unforgivable!
I'm gonna fucking kill him. You're okay? Thank you. I am okay. Huh?
actually,
To escape.
What?
Damn.
Completely unforgivable!
Bastard, 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 bastard.
honestly,
Celeste is mid.
I swear I will save her!
actually,
What, he has stolen and escaped the dreadful school. We're talking about the fact that an item will have remarkable. That is kind of effed up.
indeed.
But
You're stupid.
Let's see.
Life must have been real tough on your parents, though.
Well,
Are you okay with this?
Wounded. Told him that he should be seriously wounded. He's on the verge of death. He just barely held on. That boy Fumi would have had an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that. He believed it. I just matched the lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Fumi, I ate up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly, right until up the moment of his death.
so in the end,
Not end up his dead himself. Hippie wins. Hippie did not wrong. He is so stupid to be able to. True.
Well,
don't be mean!
Now it's not like
I
Byakuya.
wonder about that.
He derived his pleasure from thrill of hunt, an aspect that were nothing alike.
Why?
What the heck?
Offered us that is a lot of ways true.
But
You little bitch!
Whoa, Jesus.
Hey!
Anyone else in here?
You little bitch!
Damn. Huh?
This is fine.
I had a dream.
Honestly,
I risked my life to make a metaphorical
as
killing.
for me, isn't it wonderful?
A European castle? That's a high dream. Butler, that's a high dream, you know.
This is fine.
That's $10 million would have made dream reality.
There is nothing to be done.
That's her motive? That was her
the worst.
Oh. Do you understand?
Makes me complete.
What is this?
Now realize you're about to die. I'm full of my own emotions.
Yes, indeed.
I do not fear death. Kill me however you like. I had a choice then.
Isn't it wonderful?
Mari Antionette.
Hey.
Poor effort to force it. Must have been her final life. What betrayed her?
Thrills, chills, kills!
It's time. Oh. I mean, I figured it was like a piece of history.
Now
then.
I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler. Alright. Let me do something real quick. We're going to get to the good part, right? No, one sec, chat. Let me add something. Hello. Where should I put my cam? Where do you guys want me to put my cam? Holy shit, it's me! Face reveal! Anywhere specific do you want me to put on top right corner, left corner, bottom left corner, well, not bottom right corner, that's where chat's at. Anywhere specific? I'll put it right here. Alright, it's time for all we've been waiting for. Let me move this a little bit down. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. On Monokumans. On Monokuma? Wait, one sec. I'm officially Monokuma. Oh, oh, oh. I can't do that shit. I can't do that. There. I'll put on top right corner. Alright. It's time.
Let's give it everything we've got.
It's punishment time.
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
What?
What?
Her room?
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then... Take care, everyone. Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
One sec. Oops. Game over. It's weird because we haven't seen a female die. I'm not sure how crazy she would die. She's getting burned? No way! They're doing a Salem witch trial on her? That was a pretty lit execution, right? Anyways, it's over. It was pretty fire, you could say.
Extreme! What are you gonna do?
I like him.
Let me out of here!
Too bad. How strange.
I'm so sick of people asking me to give it a rest already.
Hey, hey! Wah-wah?
So then, you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
What?
Ooh, how exciting!
What the fuck? Hey, yo?
Hello. Well,
You're lonely, give me a shout. Not that I'll do anything about it, of course.
see ya later!
so...
It's a key to one of the dressing. Oh.
Hey,
AI. Or alter ego.
Indeed. Hey,
What?
so...
Come on. What?
You, please let me go.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, whoever you are.
well then.
Goodbye, Sakura.
Yo!
Goodbye, hippie. Hey, yo.
Okay.
Hey, yo.
Shall we go? So then,
Alter ego. Tomorrow.
you... However,
More worried. Worried.
indeed.
What?
What?
I do. When in doubt, Kyoko it out. We are friends.
It's true. That's fine.
Kyoko backstory?
Correct.
Back of the boys' bathroom, strange closet. That's the, yeah, this is boys, okay. Me and the boys. Oh, wait, there's like a door. Go shunk. Ba bump. What the fuck is this?
Correct.
Just to make sure, and I don't lose a lot of progress. Okay, never mind. It's like, I can't leave where you must not leave. What don't I know? What the hell? Darkness. How do I save? M. Oh no, I can't. Damn it. Oh well. Looks like all the diesels are gone. Oh, F1. Good. Thank you, Icy. This is why I always trust you. What is this? Where I fell, things are getting blurry, I can't see in front of me. Dot dot dot. Dot dot dot. The gym? What the hell is going on here? Gotch back you. Yeah. Patching. What? Back you. Da sashi sha. What? What the hell? Sakura? What's going on here?
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. No longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay, but
Okay.
you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
Could it be Sakura? Then there were 7. Rebel Justice present. Yes, I like to save data, you know? I want to save everything. I'm just going to start to the next chapter. There are a number of people we start with.
Indeed.
It's the mastermind spy.
Okay.
It's me in that case.
I mean... Okay.
Deep impact style. We need to go explore.
I see.
It's true.
She's right, we have to go ahead and think about the future.
You got it.
You know? We're serious.
When serious, I mean reborn as someone serious.
Well...
According to the spirits,
However,
Arceus
How
40
about
telling
that?
anyways.
it's not like some occult
Like
mystery.
it's ESP or whatever.
The occult is bullcrap.
So,
You got it all wrong.
It's clairvoyance. Don't put it in the same category as Cat on Milton. Cat of what?
So,
What?
Actually,
They claimed that their patties were 100% all beef.
but the end is nigh. Some crazy beam came out of nowhere and locked onto my hamburger. And as soon as the beam touched it, the burger started floating and then, still floating there, the entire burger started coming apart. One part of it just vanished, while the rest fell back into my... Do you realize what that means? It means the burger wasn't 100% beef.
What the fuck
He must
is
have had
he
some
saying?
pork or something mixed in. Something like 70% pork and 30%. You can't trick me. How about that?
I got lost halfway through.
Don't be mean.
That's fine.
yeah.
of course.
indeed.
Never kill any of my friends.
Well,
But...
It's true. Hid weakness and fragility. Chapter 4. All-Star Apologies. Chihiro and Aso. No. Alright. We're ending it. We're here. That was a... You got gifted a sub. Congratulations, Icy. Wish I got gifted a sub. Alright, I'll head off from here. Anyone's gonna raid? Any raiders? Anyone specific? You guys want to raid? Give me a username, and we'll raid them. And then the message will be like first time or something. Watch more VTubers. Maybe not. Alright. Since no usernames are going to come up until now, I'll end the stream here. Thank you guys for watching. It was more obvious in hindsight when you think about it. Well, let me see. Who's streaming right now? That I'm following. I could... No one that I know of. Damn. Okay, yeah. Not this case. You know, it was dreaded. It's definitely a third case. I guess. When, in hindsight, it was more obvious than you think with how Celeste started it. I'm talking about, like, the trial itself. You know, we're talking about, like, the explanation. If you were like me, it was easy to miss. But, like, if you're, like, good at reading things or, like, catching it, yeah. Pretty much it was, like, obvious. See who it was. So, the execution, I think it's the, best one so far. Alright, I'm heading out right now. Thank you guys for watching. Next time I'm streaming, I have no idea when I might stream. I'm gonna be busy this Sunday, so I don't know when, I'll be able to do it again. But I'll give a heads up.